live from New York. It's the show that's starting to think maybe Paul George is the GOAT. Could be. We got another GOAT vote for Paul George from Carmelo's son. Okay. We start with Wemby's debut. Vegas tonight. Oh, come on.
This is Nick Wright.
This
has
not
got
me.
to be Nick. Nick Wright thinks he's going to be Sean Bradley. Who else could that be?
You have to stop telling America that. I just don't think
you actually put him in the same sentence.
I never said it. I've never said it.
You said that.
He has
I
did not say that.
You said I said it, but I never said it.
You had him in the same sentence.
No,
I know that.
did not. Can Wild
Somehow I was like, no.
Spurs
that
I never said it.
Bro, here's
God,
we just showed a lot of video. Oh, this one go in?
Wild
Nope.
said he's going to be Shaq.
Close.
You said he's going to be Kareem.
I said
simply
he'll have
pump the
similar
brakes.
statistics to Shaq's
Hold on.
rookie year.
Your exact quote, and you hate when we misquote you, is if he does not point for point, rebound for rebound, duplicate Shaq's year, he's a total failure.
You know, I said
that was your quote.
A disappointment.
Really?
Yes.
He's the
20,
most.
if he's not 23 and 13,
Yes.
he's a disappointment?
Yes.
See? And that's because you
So
call him
tonight,
Kareem.
what are you expecting, 47 and 30?
No, but I need to see
He's playing a bunch of summer league guys.
18, 6, and 4 blocks. Is that too much? 20?
No.
Can I get 20 points? Keegan Murray just scored 98 points in a summer league game. So can the most heralded draft pick since LeBron James give me 20 points?
What do you expect from him? What
Well,
do you
look,
need to
I'm
see
not
from him,
basing it on numbers. I'm basing it on one number I would like to see. At least 4 blocks, assuming he plays, 30 minutes, give or take.
30.
You never know with the Spurs. He might play 7 minutes with them. All right. But, if he came out and had a great 7 minutes, they might sit him the rest of the game. No question. All right. But anyway, let's assume he plays 30 minutes or so. Defensively, there shouldn't be a problem defensively. All right. I mean, he's not just tall. He's got great instincts. Mm-hmm. He's athletic. He's got mobility. So I'm looking for 4 blocks.
Okay.
But outside of that, I'm not going to put a number on it, although I do have, we'll talk about that later, that we're supposed to predict what he does. But I'm saying not numbers-wise.
Just
but,
give us,
No, what I want to see offensively is his ability to get where he wants to get on the floor off the dribble. All right, because we've seen highlights of him handling the basketball. I want to see him in the mid-range. Can he get the shots he wants? All right, not just because he's tall, but with his handle. All right, his jump shot form is very good. He's an 80%, 82% actually free throw shooter. So I'm not worried if he makes or misses shots tonight. Sometimes you just miss shots even if you're a good shooter. So I'm looking for that. And I'm looking at his demeanor. I'm looking for confidence. I'm looking for him to not be worried about the moment, to go out there have a demeanor like I am the man. Okay. And part of that demeanor shows in him attacking the rim. I know that's not all his game is about, but I'm talking about on rolling to the basket. He's a good pick and roll player on the roll, and a few post-ups. Are you attacking? Okay, do you have a little dog? I know he's not a full dog. A little dog in you. That's what I want to see.
You know what I just heard?
So I'm looking. That's
this
analysis.
Opening 5 minutes
that he
of the
doesn't
show.
believe in Wembanyama.
You know what I just heard? Hold on.
He's my guy.
Hold on. You know
You
what
will
I
not
just
take
heard,
it
Wiles?
from me.
You know what I just heard? Brew, as much as it pains him, agrees with me that the hype right now has outstripped what are fair expectations. Because everything Brew said, I mostly agree with.
Okay.
I think Victor Wembanyama will step into the league instantly and be an A- at worst defensive player. Not by rookie standards, by by just all player standards. I also think he is going to be a somewhat significant work in progress offensively over the first, call it 18 months of his professional career. Into the end of his second season is when I think you're going to be able to see a not fully, but refined offensive player. And we have seen that, he can look great offensively. We can see him struggle offensively. And I think that is going to continue. I think his handle is going to be tested. Yeah. And I think he is going to be tested in a lot of ways when his team does have the basketball. And it sounds like Brew agrees.
Yeah, you do, bro.
Right?
Yes.
And so,
No,
and that is not me. Hold on, just real
What
quick.
did LeBron? Okay, go ahead.
Just because you, and I know you're joking with me, but you say I think he's going to be Sean Bradley.
I heard that.
I literally never said it.
I didn't pick it out of thin air.
You did pull it out of thin air. However, what I am concerned about for this guy is that I think the world is expecting rookie year Shaq impact, rookie year Kareem impact, at a minimum, rookie year LeBron impact.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's realistic, and I don't think that's fair to him.
Well, you and I, when we talked a week or two ago about numbers, we
Yeah.
both expected about the same, about 20 points, 8 rebounds. That would be LeBron James type impact rookie year. Not making the playoffs, but 20 and 8. And 3 or 4 blocks. I mean, that'd be equivalent to what LeBron did as a rookie out of high school. But I just think LeBron had 14 points in his first Summer League game. And remember, through Summer League, he wasn't bad, but through Summer League and preseason, LeBron was okay.
Okay.
And then
Just for the
game 1, he was
And then was
awesome and took off from there.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, if he doesn't have 20 or 30 and 15 like you're talking about tonight, then I'm not going to panic and say, he's not
Two
that
things.
guy.
One, LeBron was playing against kids that were in high school 6 months before his summer league debut, and Wemby's been in the pros.
Okay,
So I think it's
that's
fair
fair.
for me, even though LeBron's LeBron, to expect more. I need to see something. Okay, I want to see like 18 points, but I need to see one definitive play. Because in Summer League, you can see these little anecdotal plays where you say, you know what? That is a precursor of what to come. So I pulled 5 superstars and what we were able to see in Summer League. So the first one is Zion. What's Zion going to be? Well, Zion is going to be super strong and dominate the
that
paint.
was fun.
Take
I remember
one
that.
and dunk it. So
That
we
was
knew,
fun.
hey,
Yes.
here comes Zion.
Was that the game that the Jumbotron almost fell? There was the earthquake?
Oh, yeah.
It was an earthquake.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
the earthquake, and they were worried about it.
Number
Go ahead.
2, Giannis. What do we know Giannis for?
Oh.
Freaky athleticism. This is one dribble from half court. Giannis. So I
Wow.
want to see something like this.
Okay, that's
Superstar.
fair. We're going to see Wemby do that.
I hope so.
Take it coast to coast.
Superstar number 3, Steph, obviously great shooter. We picked this one for great finishes around the rim, utter confidence. That's what we saw from Steph for over a decade. Number 4, Durant, smart player, refined game, footwork, mid-range, still there. And our 5th superstar, again, another recent one.
This is Chet.
What-
This guy, I knew it. I knew he was going to
Superstar?
do Chet.
Did
First
those
of all-
words actually come out of your mouth?
Yeah,
no,
superstar
he's
Chet.
superstar.
He loves Chet.
Out here
That's-
dominating.
I know that's his
blocks.
guy.
Can I-
So I want to see
appreciate
something. A mediocre game, like, well, what do you do? If you're a real star, you can put your imprint at least once
That's
a game.
fair. I think
Yeah,
your
I agree
Durant
with that.
highlight was a little bit of a reach.
Well, it's Durant.
It wasn't much. It's just kind of confirmation
Okay.
bias there.
Josh, pack your bags.
No, that's neither here nor there.
Sorry.
But just because we invoked LeBron and everyone is, the best prospect ever, which would be better than
Since
LeBron, or is certainly the best prospect since LeBron.
wait till
Brew,
you
I
hear
want to
this.
show you something.
Wait till you hear this.
I don't know if you've seen it. LeBron obviously is coaching Bryce right
Yes.
now at the Peach Jam. Mm-hmm. Here is, we'll show the tweet. Here's a picture of what LeBron's wearing today, courtesy Matt Norlander. Do you or do you not think, do you think that's a coincidence, or do you think that is LeBron kind of being LeBron and just trying to remind everyone, I've been that guy, I'm still that guy, and the night Wemby makes his debut, that's nice and cute. I was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16 years old.
And lived up to it.
And lived up to it.
Yeah,
I don't
LeBron
think
is so
it's
he's
awesome.
so smart and calculated in a lot of his moves. I
You
don't think
agree?
that's- yeah, I
It's
don't think
because
that's a
Wemby's
coincidence.
making his debut tonight.
I do not think that's a
I
coincidence.
think that's the
He
funniest
knows
thing
he's
ever.
a basketball historian too. So he's tracking all of this stuff.
Is that a tank top or a t-shirt? Did he have to remove the sleeves?
It might be cut off.
I think
Did he
it's
actually cut it off?
Yeah, maybe cut it off. I don't know. I know
Put
he
it
must,
on.
He must not be coaching right now because he has been wearing these polos the whole
Yeah.
time. So I think he's maybe scouting the opposition wearing the choke.
Amazing.
And the other part of it is, it's also low-key intimidating to the other high schoolers competing against his kid, because it's like, hey, this
Or
is what I
the
was
other
in high school.
coach.
What are you guys
All of
doing?
The other coach
I
is
mean,
just
can you imagine? the other
orthodontist.
coach?
Oh man.
But that's part of the greatness. LeBron lived up to those expectations and never buckled. You got to see Wemby.
Can I just real quick? I know we're late. That's one of the reasons, just for whatever it's worth. People think I'm anti-Wemby. I am not. I'm really trying to almost be protective in an odd way. You said never buckled. Brew, you said never buckled.
Other than Dallas.
But that's kind of my point, though. LeBron, I think, is as mentally tough as just about any athlete we've ever seen. Had all of these expectations heaped up on him. And 7 years in, even though he had never had, an off-court misstep, had won league MVPs, we saw it in real time get to him when he was this close to getting the title, and it's his only real objective failure in the league. Even it got to LeBron. I don't think we should
We saw it get to Magic in the tragic Johnson finals.
I think it's
84.
tough. I just think these expectations can be tough on anybody. That's all. But go ahead. Sorry.
On the other side of the ball, Brandon Miller,
Speaking of
number 2 pick, here's how he's been doing. He's had 24 points total. He's averaging about 5 turnovers a game. And last game, he had 8 fouls.
Yeah, a lot of fouls.
I guess you're allowed to have 10 fouls?
Yeah.
That seems like too many.
I thought he had 7 his first
No,
game. Is it
Josh,
only 5?
before when Josh was on the
Okay.
staff, Josh said that there was some people were saying 7, but the actual NBA statistics were 5.
Yeah.
Again, if that's wrong.
It's bad either way.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Josh,
Michael Jordan strikes again, America.
I knew this was coming.
Oh,
Well, the obvious pick was Scoot. We knew it was Scoot. Everyone.
So
told you
you're
it was
writing
Scoot.
him off?
I'm not writing him off.
It
but
sounds like
no,
it.
no. I had said a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago that whoever has the number 2 pick of the draft should take Scoot Henderson. I am saying Scoot Henderson will be better than Brandon Miller. I am saying Scoot Henderson, it would have been the right pick. I am not writing Brandon Miller off. I am interested to see and how Brandon Miller attacks Wemby because I saw how Scoot attacked Wemby.
This is a good point.
Scoot had 28, 5 and 9, went at him, got his shot blocked a few times, but also got into his chest and scored. This was in Nevada 10 months ago. It was October.
Yep.
G League,
And Scoot's team, which wasn't that good in the G League, beat Wemby's team, which went to the finals in their league. And Wemby was awesome that game, by the way. His team was down 20. He helped lead them back, but Scoot's team ended up winning. I'm also curious, speaking of Jordan, if Jordan is the Jordan that, we've all, known and loved, Brittany is sitting courtside in this game to get in Wemby's head. That's happening. Those seats are expensive, but Michael has the juice to get them. But I want to see how Brandon does it. If Brandon goes right at Wemby.
No, that'd be nice. When you say, does he need to prove himself tonight? Yes and no. All right, no in that I'm not going to write him off. Again, we've seen Karl Anthony Towns average 12 points on 40% shooting in summer league.
Now he's changing the game.
He was in playoff form already for him.
But he did go 18 and 10 as a rookie.
Yeah.
All right, 18 and 10 as a rookie. So he's obviously a very good player. Brandon Miller, so no, I'm not going to write him off after 3 bad summer league games. However, I say yes for himself. All right? For his own confidence. Like, he's trash talking Michael Jordan and all that. If he plays poorly tonight, that's starting to look like false bravado. Because do you really believe in yourself? If he has a bad game tonight, that will be his last 6 games.
Okay,
he was
NCAA,
horrible.
yeah.
Look, we've got the chart. My man Josh helped me with this graphic. 3 NCAA tournament games, 2 summer league games. Those are the numbers.
Not good.
10 points on less than 27% shooting. The turnovers are outlandish. And that's not even close to NBA caliber competition he's facing.
No.
He was scoreless in an NCAA tournament game. So I'm just saying, if he plays poorly tonight, you talked about LeBron, and we said Magic having lack of confidence at times. Where's his confidence going to be if he plays poorly again tonight?
Here would be my other concern, is because if I'm not mistaken, is it Sunday or Monday that Scoot plays Wemby? So if he plays poorly, and then the guy who was supposed to, once Scoot starts playing in Summer League, gets his debut, starts crushing it, that to me would be, again, the type of thing that can, stagger a guy's confidence if it's already waning a bit and people are already like, we took the wrong guy. And so that would be concerning.
So to his defense, he did have one amazing layup. I'm big on like this.
Oh, yeah, the
you
one
like
moment.
the one play, yeah.
Well, yeah. It's a good play, and that shows just take it to the hoop by any means necessary.
Be nice to
I
You don't
like
wanna
Brandon. I
repeat
want him to
yesterday.
succeed.
He starts yelling at you.
The other thing I read out of Charlotte media is that because Charlotte's not playing with a true great ball handler on the court, maybe his production is down.
Can he be that? Isn't he supposed?
think
He's a
so.
6'9"
I mean, he's
wing.
not LaMelo.
You need
No.
to handle the.
Yeah, but
Paul
he's
George is
but
his
they're
guy.
saying he's not a
George has a
Paul
handle.
George is this
Goated.
guy. You're right about that.
He loves Paul George. He got a handle.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
let's check in on Dame's departure for the 100th day in a row. Dame's agent, Aaron Goodwin, wants to play a little matchmaker.
Yeah.
I had a positive conversation with Joe Cronin, Blazers GM, and I made it clear. Damian would want them to sit down, have a meaningful negotiation with Miami, have a cup of coffee, see where it goes. And I think that's something Joe and the Blazers will do. Well, that's lovely. Nick, should the Blazers listen to Dame's request?
Well, yeah, of course they should sit down and talk to the Heat and say, right now, this moment, what's your last and best? The best you can do right now, what is it? And at least get for them, it wouldn't be their last and it wouldn't be, but get a baseline of what they know they can get from Miami right now. Have you called, I think it's the Thunder, and removed the protections from your 26 pick? That way you can trade us your 24 pick. Right now it's encumbered, but if you remove the protections from the 25 pick, I guess, then you can add that. Who are you going to include Caleb Martin? He's in my fake trade, but all the other fake trades have said the Heat want to keep him. Yep. He's a valuable player on that $6 million. But the other thing Aaron Goodwin's doing is, and I'm not going to act like Rich Paul invented this, but Rich Paul certainly very recently popularized it and got a lot of criticism for it, which is making it very clear my guy only wants to go one place and I'll be the bad guy. People were mad when it was like, trade Anthony Davis to Boston if you want. He won't re-sign.
Yep.
He didn't say he wouldn't play, but he was like, he won't re-sign.
He only had a year and a half.
And he only had, and then by the time they traded him, it was only 1 year because they waited until the summer. And everyone, said, it's dirty pool, but it got his client exactly what he wanted, and 9 months later was an NBA champion. So Aaron Goodwin, by the way, the other thing I looked at.
Aaron, Aaron was doing this, has been doing this a lot longer than Rich.
Correct. No, I know, but I'm saying I don't think people are as familiar with him because a lot of his clients are older guys. Right now.
At one point, he had LeBron, KD, and Dwight Howard.
Correct.
And Dwight was at
right.
his best.
And so,
Aaron
right now,
knows what
but
he's doing.
here's the other thing. If I'm not mistaken, right now his two biggest clients are Dame and DeRozan.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And so this is his biggest client and his most important one, and he will make things uncomfortable for folks, and I don't blame him for it.
Aaron is a great agent. I mean, just look at all the commercials you see Damian Lillard in.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, Aaron is a great agent. But yeah, they should listen to him and talk to Miami, as you said, but also make it clear to Dame and Aaron, but we're going to talk to other teams, assuming they're getting offers. Or does Boston really want to talk to him?
Right.
Does Philly really want to talk to him? So if those teams don't, then that's another story. But I'm saying they should make it clear to Dame, we have no problem trading you to Miami, but we have to get this, and this.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to sit down with other teams. And here's the one danger that Dame could face. He clearly is looking at it straight business and straight what I want, okay? What if the Blazers take that same exact approach? No feelings, no sentiment. We're going to do what's best for us. Just like you're doing what's best for you, we're going to do what's best for them. That's why I say there's a compromise. The Blazers can be like, we're not going to send you to a non-contender. We're not going to send you to Utah. But we are getting, if this is happening, good offers from these other contenders. So we do have to consider that. Can we get a compromise?
Dame, meanwhile, has taken to social media to clear up any misconceptions about the process of leaving Portland. Just kidding. He wrote 2 opaque tweets. First, he wrote, I'm amazed. And then 7:50, the game wrote, why? And then Dame wrote, at how people could know so much in so little at the same time. Nick, your reaction here?
All right, so I've had Dame's back throughout this to a large degree. I Don't blame him for wanting out of Portland. I don't blame him for wanting to go to Miami. I don't blame him for being very straightforward about that or having his agent be very straightforward about that. And I really like Damian Lillard, the player and the guy. I don't know what you're complaining about. You are right now the eye of the NBA offseason storm. That is a compliment. Sure. That is also, though, because he has not, it might be the right strategy, but because he has not, via Paul George's podcast or First Things First, one of which I know he was invited on, the other of which I would imagine he's been invited on, sat down and said, this is what's going on, this is what I want, and this is what I think is going to happen. People are going to speculate, and people are going to report things, and I just think that's the business. Now, I understand it can be frustrating. You know what I mean? All of us, to varying degrees, have had at some point something written about us that we're like, that's not true, and it's frustrating. I can only imagine if you're Dame and you feel like it happens 20 times a day, but that's the business. So I don't really know, you know what I mean, what he expected here.
Yeah, and I don't know what he's even saying. It's a vague statement, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to read code, okay? I don't speak code. I don't read code. I'm a straight shooter. All right, and if Dame wants to come out and say something, then just say it. Hey. Because what happens is, to your point, if you're not going to address the situation, now we think we know what Dame wants because his agent is speaking, it's Miami, okay? But you still can't come out and make a statement, and that shuts everything down. If you don't make statements, straightforward ones, and you speak vaguely, then it does leave it open to everybody else to tell your story. And people will believe it because you're not speaking or speaking clearly.
Well said. You are a straight shooter.
Yeah, can we, before the end of the show, can we get the Broussard cowboy photo shoot, but except it says straight shooting Broussard?
As long as you put my real body on.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier I asked you how many points Wemby was going to score, and you went,
well, that's later
12
in the show.
minutes.
Hold on, can I tell you what just happened there?
I'm surprised you went 18, 6, and 4.
Hold
that's
on.
it?
Wildes. I know we have to go, but I've sniffed this out because it's Friday. So what do you think? I think Brew has another surprise headline and doesn't want to spoil it.
Maybe.
I bet. Look at his face. Look at. I knew it.
I'm looking at Christina.
Oh my God!
My big headline.
I knew it. I knew
Stay
it.
tuned in 37 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.